Hey, Alex. I was going to fill you in on a little bit of information. So, this one really isn't for you, YouTube, so you can cut it off now. But whenever I was, you're going to get it here in a second, Alex. This really isn't me. It's me when I was younger, right? So, you know my little purple ping pong paddle? Well, I want to get into some things here that I've been kind of holding back on. But whenever I was a kid, like I said, my favorite cartoon was, of course, this is me right now. I'm playing ping pong. I'm telling you what's going on. So I would watch Pinky and the Brain, and this was because I had the migraines and everything, and I had the extraterrestrial heads-up display that nobody was aware of. So I wanted to tell you kind of a little story. While I would watch Pinky and the Brain, I'd get all this imagery and things like that. And what she was doing, what I'm doing, is pinging back to now, and then you ping it back to there. That's how you play ping pong with yourself whenever you have the purple ping pong paddle. Now, here's a little, I was kind of a little cocky little bastard when I was a kid. But I wasn't actually a bastard. My parents were real loving. Except my mom would beat the shit out of me if I did something wrong. She was really strict. But it probably was a good thing. That was pretty bad. But so I want to tell you about whenever I was at Stevenson Primary. This is a true story. When I first got there, they first got their computer lab. Of course, we didn't have a lab, right? So what they did is the stage that they had on in the cafeteria, they put all of the computers up on the stage, right? And I was just unbelievably good at computers when I was in primary school. And I was the only one that knew how to operate WordPerfect, because that was really the only thing we had on there besides like Oregon Trail and some games and stuff. I beat those real fast. But so long story short, is they were teaching us these computers because I just got them. It was very, very new. This was like whenever I was in freaking first grade or whatever it was, the beginning of primary school. So I go there. I remember Miss Russell and Miss Adair at Stevenson and all of them. They were great. And all of the teachers there loved me. And I'm going to get into why they loved me. So none of them knew how to use the computer except me. I was like the computer teacher at Stevenson. So I had the Pinky and the Brain thing going for me. And then at the Stevenson, I was the one that I would be sitting in class. And while I would be sitting there, the teachers would come and get me out of class. And I always remember, is we had this bag that if you did something good, you got a little admit one ticket, right? Which meant you could add it to your grade or whatever. So if you got like a low score, you could add points to your grade. Or what you could do is there would be like little gifts you could buy or candy and stuff. So you get these little tickets, right? So my bag was always really full because all the other kids weren't good at computers, and even the teachers weren't good at computers. So where I'm going with this is I would be sitting in different classes all day long, English and then go to math. It didn't matter what class I was in. About every 30 minutes, another teacher would come get me out of class. And every time they would come to get me, they'd be like, Tate, I need help, doing something with whatever the computer program was that they were having problems with. Because I was the only one that knew how to use the computer back then when I was just a little kid. I was like an expert, right? And I was always really good with these computers, but I was so good at it that I would come home and I would tell my mom, hey, Mom, the computer lady, the computer teachers, we don't have a computer teacher at the school, as a matter of fact. So all of the teachers don't know how to use the computer, so they always get me out of class to show them how to use the computer. So guess what happened? This is a true story. I got my mom, after showing her everything that I would show the teachers. She was the new pooter lady. That's what they called her, the pooter lady. I got my mom a job who had no experience with computers at the school as the computer lady. Isn't that amazing? It's a true story, Alex. I swear to God. So I'd go to school and I would teach all the teachers how to use the computer. And then when I'd get home, I'd watch Pinky and the Brain, and I'd plot world domination for the future. Isn't that amazing? True story. You can verify all of this. I swear to God, CIA. One more thing I wanted to add to that, Alex, and I've already told you about this. Whenever I was young, my dad, he realized that I was good with computers. Of course, we didn't have much money, right? So he went and bought a crappy computer, and I was able to make it work. And so we got me the game F-15 Strike Eagle, right? And while I got this computer, also got a printer, right? So I finally got a printer. I got the computer, and I played a F-15 Strike Eagle. And then my dad bought a printer. Well, it was the first thing I did was get some software. It was some of the first Corel Draw or whatever the software was, and I would print out money. And I started doing that, and I was going to buy me some bubble gum and stuff like that, on the playground, and. You see how this ping pong kind of works now? So my dad caught me though, kind of whipping. He told me the Secret Service might show up. Keep printing money. So he told me that was illegal, and I learned my lesson, right there and then. But something tells me the other Secret Service was kind of in tune to that. So, you see how that works now? There's this other Secret Service, the Majestic 12, Alex. So, whenever I was a kid, I was printing out counterfeit money and playing F-15 Strike Eagle so that I could point that out for you right now. Okay.